guys, Vivian here, and today is Monday, September the 28th. And yes, I have not done a year of positive thinking in a few days. Oh, but I do have something for you. So today I'm going to show you a bit about my network marketing company called Ibuumerang. Now, what I love so much about this company is that they are concerned about your whole life, not just your financial goals, right? So what happens in this industry is that, or in this company, is that they in the morning there's exercise. We have what we call Boom Fit TV. So every morning at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern time, so whatever time that is for you, it's on Facebook, it's on Zoom. And so we have that every morning during the week and for a workout. So if you're not getting your workout in, you can work out with your company and, be in the company of people who have the same more similar goals and aspirations about improving their lives as far as their health. And then right after that, we have daily inspiration. Some person in the company is talking about, how they overcame something, or how to do something, or just inspiring you to go on with your day. And then, of course, we have all the opportunity meetings, with the people that are black diamonds, and these are positions within the company: black diamonds, blue diamonds, elite people, the sapphires, the rubies, the emeralds, the directors, the senior directors, all of the people and everybody in this company that has a passion for the company. Are able to do presentations. I've done presentations myself, and this was in like a week of actually joining the company, and this was just from looking at the presentations and knowing what they were. But the thing about it is this company has also rolled out a couple of new products that really inspire me. And what really, really, really inspires me is not only are they concerned about the people in the company, they're also concerned about people outside the company. And that's hence the name Ibuumerang. Ibuumerang is the reason why it's called Ibuumerang, because if you've ever seen a boomerang, this came from Australian toy. And if you throw out the boomerang just right, then it comes back to you, right? So the concept is, if you throw out goodwill, goodwill comes back to you. And that's exactly what this company does. We help people in several areas of their lives. We help people save money on travel. We help people save money on lifestyle activities. We help them save money on their bills. We help them have a different experience when they have a ride share, kind of like Uber and Lyft, but better. We help people feel good during the day with our new product called Zents. You should try this product. I did a video before about this product. It's from essential oils, and you will find out a whole lot about this company. And so I have uploaded a presentation, not my own, but I've uploaded a presentation that I think you will get everything you need to know about this company. And I've put a link down below that you can actually go see an interactive video of the company. You get to decide what you want to see and what you don't want to see, and then at the end you decide. Isn't that beautiful? Because there's a thing called I decide. And if you don't want to do a presentation, see, that's the beautiful thing about that. If you join this company, what happens is you get to have multiple streams of income from different sources. And also, if you don't feel comfortable doing presentations, you don't have to. There's a video link that you can just give somebody and say, here you go. Or you can plug them into the calls that we have every day, or you can plug them into your up level or whatever. But either way, people are plugged in. So that's the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing about this company. So I here's the video, and take a look at this. And then if you want, take a look at the I decide, and then at the end, decide whether you want to be, because the only answers are yes and yes. Yes, I want to be a customer, or yes, I want to join you in this business. So take a look, and I will talk to you after the video. All right, take it easy. Bye.
Hello, 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 everyone. I think I am live. This is Emmanuel Bernstein here, Diamond Ambassador here with Ibuumerang. I think I'm live on both Zoom and Facebook. So I'm hoping that everybody can see me okay. I want to welcome everyone that's out there around the world. You might be calling in. It might be morning. It might be afternoon. It might be evening. I don't know where it is you're calling from around the world, but we certainly, appreciate you for definitely joining us. We're going to get the call started here momentarily. I would encourage you to send out your last minute messages here tonight to the guests that you've invited on. As I check Facebook and as I check Zoom, you've got a couple of seconds to do that. I see here we do have some Zoom people here. So welcome. Oh, we got a lot of people here on Zoom. Welcome. Let me know in the chats where y'all are calling from. I see Montreal. We got Christine. Welcome, Christine. Welcome. We got Bermuda. We got Cecilia. Welcome. All right, Bermuda is in the house. Big Dan up in Chicago is in the house. DA, the house. I love it, Dan. All right, great job. All right, let's see who else we got. All right, well, let's go search over here to Facebook. See if we can do that. I think I see Facebook. Lots of people on Facebook. This is incredible. Okay, we got Dwayne. We got Dr. Vernita. We got Nancy. Chi-Town is in the house. Okay, I see you. All right. We've got Bermuda's in the house on Facebook. Bermuda is representing Tawana Houston, superstar ATL is in the house. Welcome. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and surf over here, get them all connected. All right, I think we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let me just make sure I have my video here. Okay, let's go back there. There we go. Technology, I love it. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, again, my name is Emmanuel Bernstein here. I'm one of the Diamond Ambassadors here with our company. It always gives me great pleasure to be able to share our business overview with you all here. I know many of you all have been hearing about what the boom is all about. I always love to say that because our company is literally booming all over the world. In fact, we just actually finished the beginning of this month. The month isn't even over with yet, but we actually just finished a very, very huge event, a virtual event that we had on Labor Day weekend. Okay, and we had well over 20,000 eyeballs for an entire 3-day weekend that were watching our event that consisted of motivation, inspiration, recognition, promotions, and things of that nature. And it got everybody fired up, and our company already was in major momentum mode before that, but now it's even more momentum that's actually taking place. So my goal here tonight is to certainly share with you everything that's happening with our company, who we are, what it is that we do, but more importantly, how you can get a piece of the pie. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about myself before I get started here. I was not always born a diamond. I come from humble beginnings. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, but I live here in Texas now. And after I graduated from high school and went to college, my travels or my lifestyle took me over to Arizona and then eventually Texas. And once I got to Texas, I decided to stay. In fact, I got on with a company in Dallas, Texas at that point in time, and I was climbing the corporate ladder. I don't know if you all know anybody who's been climbing the corporate ladder, since they've been in corporate America. That was me. I was actually trying to get into medical school because I wanted to be a doctor and, cure cancer, and just did not get into medical school for whatever reason. But at the same time, I still did enough to network and kind of maneuver through the corporate bureaucracies and, climb that ladder, so to speak. And I was working 8 to faint, folks. I'm gonna have to be honest with you and tell you the truth. I was really working a lot of hours. I was really, paying the price and trying to make it happen. And after about my third promotion, my boss pulled me to the side because he can see that I was just kind of getting burned out. I was working 8 to 8. I was burned out. And he says, look, keep doing what you're doing. You've got a great chance of being one of the first Afro-American vice presidents in our company. Now, this was a Fortune 500 company. Okay. This is a worldwide multi-billion dollar company. And for him to say that, I was pretty, ecstatic and excited about it until he said the words on this breath, which he did not think I heard. And he says, but it's going to take you about 30 years. What did he mean by that? That means I was going to have to uproot myself and move my future family from place to place to place every 2 years for the next 30 years. Okay. And I just simply did not want that kind of lifestyle. I wanted the money, but I didn't want that, that kind of lifestyle, because I saw the people that had been with that company 10 years longer than me. I saw what their lifestyle was like, and it was even more burnout, divorces and all kind of stuff. I won't even go into all of that. But anyway, so I started to go on a seek and find mission because I recognized my ladder was on the wrong building. So I started looking for other avenues to spit off income. And lo and behold, I found network marketing 25 years ago. Just found it in a hotel setting, and, connected with some people, and I started to work with them, and I started to duplicate and emulate everything they told me to do. So I connected with a mentor, and that individual totally changed my life. Totally changed my life. And on a part-time basis, I'm talking about working maybe 10 hours per week while I was working 50, 60 hours per week in corporate America. I was able to accumulate enough income, okay, that I was able to actually pay off all my debts and fire my boss. I jokingly tell people I joined the NBA, which is the No Bosses Association. If you want to join the No Bosses Association, you can type in the chat box the number 7 and let me know if you want to be a part of the NBA. That's an NBA that everybody, male and female, can actually join. Okay. So at any rate, that was 23 years ago that I joined the NBA. I've never looked back ever since. I've been a stay-at-home dad for, well over 17, 18 years now. So I'm ecstatic about what this industry can bring you. Now, I'm going to tell you all about this industry, tell you all about our company. I'm going to show over to some slides, but I do want to let you know that I'm going to talk about money here tonight, and I hope none of you all are allergic to it. If so, you might not want to stay on the lines. I'm not going to give you any hype or any sales gimmicks or anything on this call. I'm just going to give you straight figures and straight numbers and really straight potential that you can actually have. Now, there's no income claims here. There is no income guarantees. I elude this opportunity much like a gym membership that you pay for in order to transform your physical body, whether it's from a weight standpoint or, from a physical standpoint. You've got to put in the sweat equity to go to that gym every single day. And you've got to do that over a course of time. And hopefully you will change the way your body looks, whether it's from a muscle standpoint or whether it's from a weight standpoint, or maybe a combination of both. And the same thing holds true here in this business. If you want to transform your bank account, if you want to transform your financial blueprint, your financial plan, you have to plug into our system on a daily basis. And, rely on the leadership to teach and train you and instruct you on some of the things that you need to do. And if you do so on a repeated basis over the course of time, there will be a transformation in your bank account. Okay. There will be a transformation in your wealth account, so to speak. So take notes, get yourself in a quiet place. And if there's anything that resonates in your mind or heart here tonight, I want you to get back with the person that actually invited you on this webinar and take action. Now, there's a blueprint there. You can take a screenshot of that slide there that kind of talks about what I just shared with you here. But here's where I'm going with this whole picture before I get started. Why do I say the things that I'm saying? Well, I say that because I think most people right now, with the way society is and what's taken place since March, I think it's been a wake-up call. I think it's been a true wake-up call that it's now time for people to take control of their own life, as opposed to letting their jobs control them or letting their bosses control them. Because, many people who let their bosses and their jobs control them no longer have a boss or job because they've been laid off. I think it's time right now for you to recognize that the government or the country that you live in is not going to save you. but they have control of you. So you got to take control of your own life right now. I believe it's time for you to start to learn the ways of how wealthy people think and how wealthy people make money. I always tell people, if I can change the way you think, I can change the way you make money. And if I can change the way you make money, I can change the way you live your life. But it all takes the opportunity for you to recognize that it is time for change. And it's time to start a home-based business. I mean, most people have been displaced from their corporate jobs where they've made a commute. Now that commute is like 6 feet down the hallway to get to their office, if they have an office, or get to their, kitchen table and work from home. But the only challenge with that is most of the people that are working from home that have been that have been redirected, there's a cap on their income. So if you're going to work from home, would you rather have a cap or no cap? I chose to have a no cap on my income and work from home. So the home-based business opportunity here gives you all the freedom, all the flexibility, and all the different tax breaks that you would see a big business owner or a wealthy person would get. That's why it makes perfect sense to have a home-based business. So when you look here, the mission of Ibuumerang here, ladies and gentlemen, is just to simply provide you with an opportunity where you can have success without having to sell anything, okay? And we provide you with that. Now, we do have something new that we just recently came out with that really you can actually give away to people and sell it to them and make some retail make some retail profits. But guess what? You don't have to sell, okay? Because it is a product that everybody wants. And when you can give something to people that they want, you will make money for a lifetime versus selling people a need. You'll only make money temporarily. So why not have the opportunity to have a 5-star lifestyle, but utilize it at a 3-star price? Now, I told you how long I've been involved in the industry, and we know that the majority, well, we won't say the majority, but millions and millions of people have been involved in the network marketing industry. And we found that the old way of doing business is outdated, because now you can find, that the products are marked up. You can educate yourself on the products through Google or through, some, media channel. But then at the same time, you can actually purchase that same product or something very similar at really half the price because of eBay and especially because of Amazon. So Mr. Bugs, our CEO, says, you know what? Let's move into the modern era of business where we can provide people a platform, an ecosystem where, we can have things that will allow their customers to save money, and we will now pay you off the savings. Okay. So when you look at that, ladies and gentlemen, there's companies out there that have just recently gotten on the scene, maybe 10, 15 years ago, that are flourishing in the business world today. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the amazing piece to that. These companies I'm talking about, you've probably heard of and you probably have done business with. And all they simply have done is provided a customer with savings and convenience. See, those are the two words that everybody's looking for right now, savings and finding a way to have more convenience in their life. And that's what we want to provide you with our advanced technology, our advanced tools, and our advanced systems and proven leadership, okay? Now, let me share with you here how that works. Speaking of leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership, okay? The founder of this company, I've been knowing him for well over 20 years and been working with him closely for the last 12. His name is Holton Bugs, the #1 leader in the industry, the #1 visionary in the industry. And if you look him up, you'll see in his resume, folks, that, he's impacted the lives of hundreds and hundreds of millions of people around the world. And just, his 30 years have been involved in the industry. Now, it wasn't always like that, though. I mean, he's had horror stories like the majority of the people have when they first joined this industry, because nobody was born to be involved in network marketing. It's a skill set that's developed or a mindset that's developed. And he decided to not quit when most people would have. He was only making like $500 a month after 7 years of being involved in his first company. But he said, I'm going to use this as a training platform where I can work on my mind and work on the philosophies and the principles of business. And eventually he developed a system, folks, that had rapid success. In fact, when I joined him 12 years ago in the company that he was the main distributor in, we broke records in that particular company. Okay. I won't go through all of that, but I'm telling you, lives were changed. But yet and still, he still felt unfulfilled because he felt like, some people just couldn't duplicate it or just wasn't a part of the actual launch, and they just missed out on time. And so he said, let's go out and do it one more time. But this time, I'm not going to be a distributor. This time, I'm going to be the CEO of the company. And he partnered with his number one protege, Mr. Edwin Haynes, our GMA, and now they are making history all over again here in this company. I call these two the Michael Jordan and the Scottie Pippen of the industry. In fact, also that's a part of the team now is our Vice President of Operations, Terrence Gray, our Vice President of Everything, our Vice President of Marketing, which his name is Mark Kickcart, two successful individuals that have also worked with Mr. Bugs in the past and previous endeavors, and also have made lots and lots of money, millions of dollars in the industry as well. And then you also see Lori Spears, our Director of Travel. We call her our Goddess of Travel, knows all the ins and outs about the travel industry. In fact, she sits on many, many boards of the travel industry as well. You got David Manning, the CEO of Extreme Travel, one of our partnerships, the first partnership that we assembled here in this company. And he's also been in the industry for 30 plus years as well, made millions. And then you also have one of our Blue Diamonds and Chief Giving Officer, Mr. Peter Hirsch, who's also been in this industry for a number of years and have made millions. And the reason why I point out this leadership team here is because they've put together something here that most people have never, ever seen before in the industry of direct sales. They've put together a company in less than a year that's opened up 188 countries. They've put together a company that now has done well over 900,000 plus free customers in this first year, less than a year. They've put together a company, ladies and gentlemen, that actually now has well over 70,000 plus ambassadors around the world. And they've put together a company, folks, that have amassed well over $50 million in its first 12 months of business. Now, that might not seem much like you right now. It seems like anything to you right now, but here's the amazing piece to that. Mr. Bug has put on the table a 50-50 revenue split with the company and the field. That means we've already shared over 25 million of the revenue. We've already paid that back to the ambassadors around the world. Okay, I being one of those recipients. Okay, so it's been an amazing ride our very first year. And guess what? We haven't done anything yet because the main mission is to take the company to a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar company. Now, let me share with you how we're going to do that. We came out with a technology called the PRIBT. And the PRIBT, ladies and gentlemen, is just an ecosystem. And this ecosystem works very much like, I don't know, maybe the ecosystem of Apple. Okay, all of us probably know about Apple. You probably know about Amazon. You probably know about Instagram. You probably know about Google. All of these companies, ladies and gentlemen, are technology-based companies. And what we want to become is we want to become the Amazon, of the technology world. So therefore, we put together this PRIBT technology, which stands for Perpetual Residual Income Builder. And what that simply means is that this is an ecosystem that's going to be comprised of verticals and services and even products now that we're going to put inside this ecosystem, that every customer that you have that's in this ecosystem that you invite to become a part of the PRIBT for free, they will get access to utilizing everything that's inside of that PRIBT technology at a savings to them and at a commission for you. So just imagine now you're getting paid multiple streams of income. Now, the PRIBT technology is based off of data analytics, artificial intelligence, and KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer. So again, if you can know your customer and understand what they like and what they want, you have to never worry about selling them on anything. You just provide it to them at a savings and they're going to get it through the ecosystem. So let's look at this from a different standpoint. Let's look at it from a business standpoint. We know many people work a job, right? Where you trade dollars for hours, okay? There's a cap on your income most of the time, and there's nothing wrong with working on your own efforts. The only thing is that one day you're going to run out of hours, and if you run out of hours, you're going to run out of dollars. So some people start to recognize that and say, well, you know what? I'm going to start a traditional business. But then that person that starts a traditional business usually is just an employee of their own business, because they're usually the person that has to be there first, right? First thing in the morning, and they've got to be the very last one to leave. They have to do all the hiring. They have to do all the selling. They have to do all the cross-selling. They have to do all the orientations and all the trainings, and they have to do all the firing, right? So what happens is they even have success, but they don't have lifestyle. And that's what the reason why they really got into owning their own business, because they thought that they were going to have more freedom from a time standpoint and an income standpoint. And they wind up having, certainly less time in order to really enjoy themselves. So usually, the spouse enjoys it, the kids enjoy it, but the person that owns the business doesn't enjoy it at all, right? Because they're the ones that's working all the time. Then you also have what we call this our direct sales industry. Okay, many people have joined direct sales. I believe it's somewhere around 200 million people plus around the world that have joined the direct sales industry. And the lifespan is not very long because, again, it's even more work, okay? Especially if you still own a job or work a job. Now you're putting in more sweat equity by starting a direct sales company, and you have to do all the upsells, cross sales, the follow-ups. You do get a little break about events and trainings, but still, you're doing over 80% of the work. And most people will say, well, you know what? I really didn't sign up for this. And I still haven't created that lifestyle that I dream about. And unfortunately, there's a third category there, which is called franchising. And franchising really is very, very limited for the average ordinary individual because it usually takes a 5-figure, 6-figure, or even a 7-figure investment to get involved in a franchise. You have to be put on a waiting list to get that franchise. And you have to have just as much capital reserve in the bank, right? So therefore, people don't have that. So therefore, it's limited. But those that do have it, here's what happens to them. They make that investment. They get their number called after a year or two. They take advantage of it, right? But at the same time, now that franchise does the majority of their work, right? From upsells to cross-selling to hiring to firing to orienting to training and things of that nature. So they're doing more than 80% of the work. But here's the deal. You're paying a royalty fee. So by the time you actually pay all the expenses plus the royalty fees, you're probably left with only about 10% of the earnings, maybe 20% of the earnings, which is why you see the majority of franchise owners do not own just one franchise. They own multiple franchises because that's the only way that they can accumulate income and wealth for themselves. So that is really limited for the average ordinary individual. See, Mr. Bugs put this platform together for you and I. People that have grown up in an ordinary environment, but now that also have hopes and dreams of living an extraordinary lifestyle. And see, the PRIBT does that for you and I. It does all your sales. It does all your follow-ups. It does all your cross sales. It does all your upsells. And even if you build yourself an ambassador organization, a team of other individuals like you, guess what? It does all the orientations. It does all the trainings. It sends out information for those. It even shows people how to get upgraded, shows people how to have, how to plug into various events that we have going on. So it helps you retain all of your business partners, and it helps you increase your customer base. So here it is. It does all of what I call is the heavy lifting for you. You get the muscle, and guess what? The PRIBT does the lifting. Okay. So how has this worked for us within the 1-year time frame? Well, the first vertical that we rolled out is what we call as our doorway to the PRIBT, and that's called travel. We started with our very own wholesale travel platform or website, if you will, but that we have given away to people all over the world. In fact, when I say give it away, we haven't charged them anything for it, to activate it, to use it, or even to keep it. And that's how we've been able to attract over 900,000 plus customers, because we never sold them anything. See, I want you to think about the genius behind it. Do you have to sell travel? No. Do you have to convince people on travel? No. So therefore, that's why we've been able to acquire so many of those customers. In fact, we have a philosophy right now because of the last few months. The travel industry may not have been as big as it was. People are booking more on our site now and traveling in their next quarter or next year. So our philosophy is book now and travel later. So this has been the doorway to our service. And let me share with you why we started with travel first. We started with travel, ladies and gentlemen, because we know it's the #1 industry in the world. Prior to the pandemic, it was an $8 trillion industry. I'm laughing because people are like, Emmanuel, nobody's traveling right now. And I'm like, yeah, people are traveling. In fact, everybody's got cabin fever right now. And because everybody's got cabin fever, it's the number one word that's searched on the internet right now, which means that people cannot wait for this to pass by so that they can reconnect with family and friends and start to travel again. What does that mean to you and I from an entrepreneur standpoint or a business standpoint? Is that means that this number right here of 8 trillion, it might double in the next 12 months. It might go to 16 trillion, anywhere from 10 to 16 trillion. So when would you want to be participating in the travel industry from an investment or an entrepreneur standpoint? When this passes by or right now? Because see, when it passes by, people are going to already have trips already booked. And guess who they're going to book those trips through? One of the discount aggregate sites, like the ones you see here, like the ones you've used in the past, like Booking Holdings and Expedia Group. These two companies, they understand it. They get it. See, they purchased up all 45 of the discount sites out there that we've used around the world to compare prices on. They bought them all. In fact, they market on every single one of them using price parity and markup. That's how they made over $190 billion in 2018. Probably closer to 200 million in 2019 because they understand how that game works. Here's the amazing thing behind what I'm sharing with you today is they buy the same inventory we buy. The only difference is we don't mark ours up. Therefore, we can pass the savings off to you as a member, and we can pass the savings off to your customers as a savings to them, okay? And guess what? Remember, the more they save, the more you make. Here's an example. When you look here, as you see here on Expedia, New York City, 4.5-star hotel, the price was actually $339. But on our iGo wholesale site, which is what we call is behind the curtain pricing, meaning that these are prices that you can't get anywhere on the internet. That would have been $161 savings for the same hotel, same time frame, okay, even same type of room. So how would you have liked to save that kind of money? Now, we give you worldwide inventory. So here you see an example here in Travelocity with Paris, France, a 4-star hotel, $440. And on our site, it was $130, which means you would have got it for $310. And the average person, guess what? When they go to Paris, they're not going for a weekend. They'll probably go for, 7 to 10 days. So just factor that in, how much you would save. We also have rental cars on our site. There's an example there. But here's what I want to point out to you. Anytime as a member or a customer you use this site, there's 3 things that we're going to show you. Number 1, your reservation amount. Number 2, the number of points you're going to earn from that trip. And you could accumulate these points and actually use the points versus using your dollars once you accumulate enough of them. And then the third thing that we're going to share with you is actually a dollar amount that you actually are saving. You look off to the left and you see Ruben saved over $1,341 on a $450 reservation. Now, this is totally different from you saving $5 or $10 from using one of those discount sites I told you about earlier. Because the average person normally is going to search about 4 to 5 different sites, comparing them, not knowing they're comparing the same company, and they're going to make their selection based off of who gives them the biggest amount of savings, and the biggest amount of savings has averaged out to be about $5. This is $1,341. This is why we have so many customers right now, because they're starting to see the value that we provide you with. I can go on and on and on, but let me just kind of share with you here the platform. Okay. The core services that we really provide you with is any and everything that pertains to travel. You want to make a booking as a member? Guess what? We'll actually allow you to save up to 70% off of retail prices on your hotels, cars, rentals, cruises, flights, $1 million homes like Airbnb. The only difference, these come with personal concierge all over the world. Weeks that you can actually, you and your family can take advantage of, 7-day time frame, 14-day time frame, you name it, 7-day increments. And then even if you own a timeshare, you don't want to use it anymore because we give you all of this inventory, you can bank it on our site. We'll move it for you. And guess what? We'll pay you the money. Okay. Should we move it? So you have access to over $8 trillion inventory at your fingertips if you are the member. Now, if you give this same site away to your customers for free, they're going to always see up to 35% off of retail prices on the same core services that you're seeing. Now, we have some additional lifestyle services that you see at the bottom of the screen there. And all this is just to provide you with an opportunity to be able to determine what it is that you want, what it is that you like. And we know how to market to you from based off of these lifestyle rewards and services that we give you. So really the question is, do you boomerang? Okay. Now we know all of you all are going to say yes, but the average person out there in society doesn't even know who we exist yet. So just imagine Uber in its early days. Just imagine Amazon in its early days. Just imagine Google in its early days. Nobody knew who they were. In fact, when they first got started, if somebody would have asked you, do you Google, you would have laughed and said, what's a Google? And that might be what somebody might say right now about Ibuumerang. But can you imagine right now, you ask somebody, do you Google? That's a brand. And those people are going to say, yeah, I Google. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're going to have Ibuumerang be, is we're going to make this a worldwide household name or brand. So when people say, do you boomerang 5 years from now, people are going to be able to pull up this little gadget right here and say, oh yeah, I have it right here on my phone. Okay. So let's talk about how we're getting this out to people. So we're getting out the word by giving away boomerangs. See, the name of our company is Ibuumerang. That is it's an affirmation of the principles that we abide by. The more we give, guess what? The more returns to us without even expecting it to happen. See, Mr. Bugs and Miss Erlene Bugs, they found that the more they gave away of their time, of their income, of things of that nature to charities, it seemed like they got more back in return without even expecting it. So when we launched this, the company didn't even have a name. It's called Countdown for Freedom. But when he really sat down and really reflected on, how great this industry's been to them and what they've been able to do, that's when the word Ibuumerang came out. So you are affirming every time the philosophy behind this company. So what we do is we give out goodwill, we give out good blessings, we give out good deeds, and we give them out in the form of smart code called boomerangs. Now, eventually we'll have QR codes, but right now they're all 6-digit base. So if you have a person's information, you can send them a text message, you can send them an email. And then when they go to our site, igoboom.com, you actually will give them the 6-digit code. They'll punch that 6-digit code in, and it's going to take them to the appropriate landing page. Okay. Now, when they go to that page, they will activate that boomerang. But here's the great thing about it. Every activation feeds an impoverished child around the world. See, remember Peter Hirsch, our chief giving officer? He spearheaded the Boom Foundation. And behind this Boom Foundation, we now have fed over 4.4 million impoverished children around the world in 1 year. Our mission is to do 15 million more meals this year alone. So just by getting these boomerangs out for free all over the world, you can help us do some good to kids around the world. Let's go back to the travel piece here for a second. I want to show you the difference between being a member and being a customer. So here it is. We found a deal here, 5-star hotel in Cancun, 7-day vacation. We saw the public price was $1,046. Now, as a member, you would have saved over 41% on this. So you would have got it for a little bit over $600 for 2 people, including tax, which means that your savings for this one trip would have been $424. Now, had you given this away to somebody for free and they went on the same trip with you, they would have seen a little bit more for them, but still a huge savings. So they would have saw a 20% savings where they would have only paid $834 and at the same time saved $212. So how are you paid for giving away free sites? Well, the way we pay you as the travel referring ambassador is we actually will give you 50% of whatever that person actually saves. And here's what's so cool about that. You don't even have to do the bookings. The system does that. The system finds the savings for them. They select it. And guess what? You make the money. Okay. So you give it out, they book, they save, you make 50%. Simple as that. Now, remember the PRIBT technology. That's just our first doorway, our gateway. Now we've come out with 3 more verticals already. One of them you see right here on the slide called Vibe Rides. This is the biggest piece of the travel industry. I'm going to come back and talk about Vibe Rides in a minute, but let me share with you 2 more verticals that we just came out with September the 5th and 6th, this month right here alone. That means these are brand new right now that people are hearing about. One of them is called Bill Genius. I want to ask you a question. If you can lower your bills right now during this tough economic time, would that be of a benefit to you and your family? If you can say yes to that question, then guess what? It's easy as 1, 2, 3. We've partnered with a company called Bill Genius. Bill Genius specializes in helping their customers save on their monthly bills. You know, it could be bills like your internet, bills like your cable, bill like your satellite, like your water, like your security, like your electricity in certain states. So it's based here in the United States. And in 2019, I believe it was 2019, they actually saved their customers over $7 million on their bills. Okay. We just rolled this out this month alone. Okay. So here it is. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. You would upload your bills. Bill Genius and their staff would actually go and work with those companies that are on those bills to help get you a better deal. If they get you a better deal, then you only have to give them 50% on whatever it was that they helped you save. No more out of your money, out of your pocket than what you already are paying. Okay. Now, if they don't help you save anything, guess what? 0. You don't pay them anything. All I know is I uploaded 4 bills as of September the 5th. I uploaded 4 bills. 3 of the bills they helped me save on. 1 of the bills got rejected. 1 bill got rejected is my utility bill, and you can probably see my little electricity thing right there on the wall. Well, guess what? Utility they can't help in Texas. They can't help you do anything in Texas. It hasn't been deregulated in Texas yet. So they rejected that bill. But the other 3 bills, one of them being this bill right here, my cell phone bill, which, by the way, I've been paying this bill for 20 plus years. They helped me save $1,500 and I think $75 on this bill. Okay. And I've never saved this kind of money on my bill, period, in 20 years. So Bill Genius is huge, folks. The 3rd or the 4th vertical that we actually have is called Zents. And Zents here, ladies and gentlemen, is all based on essential premium oils. Okay. And what these are mood enhancers. And we put them in the form of a non-touchable wearable technology. Okay. And all you do is place it right here in your nose, and it's based on nice aromas that you get to smell, whether it's our lavender flavor, whether it's our eucalyptus flavor, whether it's our lemon flavor. So we have one that actually relaxes you, one that energizes you, and one that purifies you. Okay. And people want these all over the world. In fact, we put them in a promo pack that I'll tell you about a little bit later. And that promo pack, ladies and gentlemen, is being sold all over the world. It's been sold out, in fact. Okay. People want them because it just makes you feel much better during this tough time around the world. People need to feel better. Okay. So these are now 4 verticals that we actually have all within a year's time. So just imagine the number of customers that you can invite to be a part of that PRIBT. Imagine getting 4 streams of income off of every single customer every single month. And by the way, there's no limit to the amount of customers you can have that you can invite to become a part of the PRIBT technology. Now, if we actually talk about Vibe Rides for a little bit, see, Vibe Rides is the biggest piece of travel right now. In fact, Vibe Rides, ladies and gentlemen, you choose your own vibe. And now we're in 6 cities in Florida, 3 cities here in Texas. We're about to roll out some new cities, some new states, and even some new countries. Okay, so stay tuned to the next markets we're going to be opening. But the premise here is to choose your own vibe. When you download the app, guess what? You now get to choose the kind of music you want to listen to. You can get to choose the kind of conversations you want to have with the driver. You can get to choose the kind of temperature you want the car to be at before you get in it. And if you're a female, maybe you're a female driver, or maybe you're a female passenger, it doesn't matter. If you don't want to be around a guy because you just don't feel safe during that time of the day or whatever, or evening, you can actually request to only be picked up by a female driver, or you can actually request only to have a female passenger to get in your car. So we want you to be safe. We want you to feel like you've chose this and it benefits you plus the drivers, okay? Now let's talk about how the drivers actually make money, because see, you can become a driver. In fact, many of our ambassadors are drivers as well, okay? It just makes sense, right? But we pay them 3 different ways. We pay them, number 1, when they drive, number 2, when other people drive, and then number 3, when other people ride. Let me break each one of those down real fast. The first one is, again, it's an active income, meaning that you have to trade dollars for hours, but that's what you're doing already if you were a driver for one of those other companies. The only difference is we're paying you a little bit more money because you can get paid up to 70% on the first 50 trips in a month. 51 and above, you can get paid up to 75% on every one of the trip charges. So that can be a considerable amount of money that you're making when you're personally driving. But here's what the drivers are getting so excited about, is because now we've given them an opportunity to become entrepreneurs, not just employees or self-employed individuals. We gave them an opportunity now where they can make money when other people drive if they set up a fleet of drivers. So let's say you've got 10 drivers that you refer to Vibe Rides, and those drivers are earning about $50,000 each per year. Well, you're getting an override of 3% on that 50,000. So if there was 10 drivers, that means you're making an extra $15,000 per year, and you were not the one that drove. You were the one that just referred the drivers to drive. So many of our drivers already, folks, are driving less now, but making more money. And, you know, going forward, a lot of these drivers probably won't even be driving again because they're going to make more money not driving than they were making when they were. Let's talk about another passive model. The passive model here is for the riders. See, we've incentivized our riders now where they can actually refer 5 people to download the app and start using Vibe Rides. And when they do so, every 5 people that they refer to us, we're going to give them a free ride. So imagine now you gave this free app to 10 of your family and 10 of your friend members, or 10 of your friends, and they gave it away to 5 people. And now that 10 turned into 50, and you didn't even know the 50. They were referred to you as your customers. What if the 50 gave it to 5? Well, that's 250 people that were referred to you who are now your customers, and you did nothing to acquire them. But guess what? You made 3% on all of their trip charges. That's amazing, right? Because can you see if the 250 referred to 5? This thing can be perpetual, ongoing. That's what the PRIBT is. That's what it means. Now, there's some other ways of actually how we make money. One is the customer acquisition model. So remember, when your customers travel, you know, you're going to get paid on that too. Okay, this will pass. Okay, so when they start traveling, let's just say the average person is going to travel with their family at least once in a year. We know they're going to probably save about $600 on their travel. So that could be 50% of that could be $300 per person that has one of these travel boomerangs. Now, what if you just had 10 of those? That could be an extra $3,000 per year just in residuals off of just the travel customers. Now, you can scale this up as big as you want and as fast as you want. We have people in our company that have hundreds of customers already. We have people that have thousands of travel customers. We have people that have even tens of thousands. I think it's like 15, 16,000 customers that a few of the ladies in our company have already. And they keep getting more and more customers every single day, every single week, every single month. You know why? Because they don't have to sell this. They're just giving it away. They're just blessing people. And there's no limit. Just give it away. Matter of fact, type that in the chat box. Just give it away. Let's talk about 2 more quick ways. And these are weekly commissions that you can earn. It's called our team building model. The first one is a direct sales bonus that you will get paid just for referring people to a webinar like this, or to watch a presentation, or to talk to someone about this. They can decide to join the company, and we will pay you 15% of the membership that they actually purchase. Now, we pay this on a weekly basis, and there's no limit to the number of people you can refer. Now, once those people decide to buy a membership package, what we're going to do is put them into a dual team format. And what that simply means is once those 2 positions are filled, any and everybody else that joins within you and your organization, they have to fall below the 2 teams. What the company does is every Sunday night, we take a snapshot of what the activity is based on those 2 teams, and we will actually pay you a percentage of the smallest team's production on Sunday night or Monday the next day. Okay. So here it is. You can get paid all the way up to $250,000 per week just from growing out those 2 teams, and they grow very, very fast, exponentially. Now, what are the ways of how you actually get started? Well, the very first way to get started is to become a standby wholesale kit. This means that you join at $49.95. This gets you an ID number and a website, a replicating website instantaneously when you join. There are some perks that you would get, such as using our iDecide technology. If you've never heard of the iDecide technology, get back with the person that invited you on this webinar. Let them explain to you what the iDecide really is and how beneficial it is to you if you use it. Now, once you get started at the standby kit, then there's 3 other membership kits. Okay, standby is the wholesale portion one time, but these are membership kits that you can buy just one time. Now, I'm just going to share with you what these kits can do for you right now, but we keep in mind, we also have our promo kit. So you can ask if you want to have the Zens products in your kit. You can ask the person that invited you here on the webinar, how can you get your Zens kits? Okay. But we have 3 different membership kits. One's a coach, business, and then first class. Now, I have to be honest with you, the first class kit is the most popular kit that we have. If you ask my professional opinion, it's the best bang for your buck. Yes, my personal opinion, it's the best bang for your buck because you leave no money on the table with this particular pack. But I'll cover each one from there so that you can make the decisions for yourself. Our entry-level kit is what we call as Coach. And what this does is it gives you access to the platform of traveling, and you will get up to 70% off of hotels, flights, and rental-cars. If you join at business class, we'll throw in all of that plus cruises. And if you join at first class, you get everything that I showed you earlier, up to 70% off on all those things. Now, when you join the company, at any one of these packages, what we do is we give you the links called boomerangs. So at Coach, you can actually get 10 boomerang links that you can give away. When the people activate those and use them, you're going to actually get 50% of whatever they actually save on. Business class will actually give you 25 boomerangs. You get 100% on whatever they save on. And then at first class, we'll give you 50 boomerangs to initially start off with. And then you can save up to 100% on any and everything, including the lifestyle services and things of that nature. Now, keep in mind, you also have the capability of growing a team of ambassadors. So at Coach, you now can earn up to 10% off the production on the smallest team each week. On business class, you can earn up to 12% off the growth of the team each week. And then at first class, you can actually earn up to 20% on the growth of the smallest team each week. But this is only for the first 30 days. And then it drops to 15% unless you qualify for one of our leadership positions. Now, why do we do that on the first 30 days? Because we know that the average person, this is when the majority of the work and efforts are going to be put into your business to launch it is in your first 30 days. So we wanted to incentivize you to make more money your first 30 days, and then you can kind of just ride the wave from there. Now, regardless of which pack you do get started at, the most important thing is to understand that you will have full access to having the technology of the PRIBT work for you, meaning that the more people you put into the PRIBT, they never pay for the PRIBT. They never pay for access to our company, but the more they actually utilize it and save on it, the more you're going to earn. And then also to keep in mind that because you're joining that Coach Business at first, you also will have the opportunity to actually become a part of the Vibe Ride portion. No matter where we are, you can always have people that join in those areas, and you can actually override what's going on, in that business. Now, what does it take to get started here at these levels? It's a one-time fee of $250 at Coach, one-time fee of $500 at business, one-time fee of $1,000 at first class. Okay. The only monthly membership that you have or expense that you would have is a $99.95 subscription fee. That basically takes care of the platform of you having 70% off of your own personal travel, of having as many customers as you want, unlimited amounts as you want, that never pay for the service, having access to the PRIBT technology. That means anytime we come out with a new vertical or service or product, you don't have to worry about doing all the following up yourself if you don't want to. The PRIBT is going to eventually do everything for you. And then last but not least is every time you make that payment of $99.95 per month, we're going to give you 10 additional boomerangs that you can actually give away for free to people that you know each and every single month. Some people, 10's not enough. So there are ways that you can buy more. But again, we basically just, again, give you 10 at a minimum to make sure you always have new customers flowing through your business. So with that, folks, I mean, that really is it in a nutshell. You can get back with the person that invited you on the webinar here and let them know exactly where you stand, okay? Right now, they thought highly enough of you to share this information with you first before they roll it out to other people. So you can definitely be the benefactor of being first to market. So my name is Emmanuel Bernstein. I'm one of the Diamond Ambassadors here with the company. Certainly want to welcome you. We look forward to seeing you at one of our events around the world. We'll see you at the top. We'll see you at the bank. And we're going to see you on one of the beaches very, very soon. Bye for now, everybody.
Hey guys, yeah, I changed clothes. No, it's the next day because I didn't finish the video. But guys, look, I hope you enjoyed that presentation by our Diamond Ambassador, Mr. Emmanuel Bernstein, Super E. And, just take advantage of the opportunity. And if it fits you, if it's something that fits you and your life, then take advantage of it. If not, don't. And that's the bottom line. It has to fit you and your life, and it also has to fit you and your needs, right? And you and your needs, wants, and desires. So just, if you like the video, then get in touch with me. I left my email address down below, and you can get in touch with me. I also left the link, the I Decide link, if you want to go in there and check that part out. But that's interactive, and you can go in there and check that part out. Otherwise, just send me an email, and we can go from there. We can talk from there and see what your desires are, what your goals are as far as your income and your business is concerned. So guys, take a look at it and let me know. I will talk to you later, but in the meantime, I wish you peace, I wish you love, and I love you guys so much. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Bye. Right now, yeah, I'm about to go diamond. You can see on my teeth when I'm smiling. Not staying at the bottom, I'm climbing. Got it out the dirt, I had to find it. Got it out the dirt, yeah, I'm about to go diamond. I'm just living my life and they don't like it. One day you should get up and try it. I can't deny it. About perfect timing. Wake up in the morning shining. Gotta stay on my grinding. They try to leave me behind it, but now I'm about to go diamond. Now I'm about to go diamond. Now I'm about to go diamond. Now I'm about to go diamond, yeah. I'm about to go diamond. Stay connected with my team like Verizon, oh yeah. No, it's not surprising, cause I never give up, I keep on fighting, oh yeah. It's not that far away. Better know I'm here to stay. Never will let go away. Never will let go away. Wake up in the morning shining. Gotta stay on my grinding. They try to leave me behind it, but now I'm about to go diamond. Now I'm about to go diamond. Now I'm about to go diamond. Now I'm about to go diamond, yeah.